Recrystallisation by Brittany, Karma and Natasha. What is recrystallisation? It can be a bit tricky to understand, but don't worry, I can help with that. Recrystallisation is a technique used for purifying chemicals. This technique involves dissolving the compound in a hot solvent, removing the impurities from the substance. This is done by filtration, including activated charcoal. The charcoal absorbs the impurities and removes it from the solution. Then while the solution cools off, it should allow for the formation of crystals, where this is then separated from the purified solution. Before we begin, there are a few precautions we need to consider. The proper PPE equipment, not coming into contact with the benzoic acid, being cautious of general glassware as it can cause cuts, decolorizing charcoal, hot sources or solutions such as hot plates or boiling water. Lastly, just to make sure you know your surroundings, make sure you know where your eye wash, safety shower and fire extinguishers are for quick and easy access. Step 1. First boil 100 ml of deionized water in a 250 ml beaker and 10 ml in a 250 ml conical flask. Remember to add your boiling chips. Step 2. Add 1 gram of benzoic acid to 10 ml of boiling water and swirl gently. Accurately measure and record 1 gram of benzoic acid. Remember, benzoic acid is hazardous when inhaled. If the benzoic acid does not fully dissolve, add more boiling water in small amounts and swirl until it is completely dissolved. Gently scrape the bottom of the conical flask and ensure complete dissolution. Remove the hot solution from the heat source once completed. Step 3. Add a few spatula ends of decolorizing charcoal to the benzoic acid solution. This step must not be performed while on the heat source. Remember to use your heat-proof gloves. Once this step has been performed, you can put it back on the heat source. Step 4. Prepare filter paper and place in a funnel, which in turn is placed in a second clean 250 ml conical flask. To prepare filter paper, fold the filter paper in half, then fold it in half again, and open it up to a cone shape. Place it in a funnel and wet with deionized water to ensure stability. Pour solution through the filter paper into a second conical flask. The solution should be clear. Step 5. Remove funnel and set aside for recrystallization to occur. Once the flask has cooled to room temperature, place in an ice bath. The ice bath should be approximately 4 degrees Celsius. Step 6. Perform vacuum filtration using a Buchner funnel. Once enough crystals have formed, perform filtration using a Buchner funnel and a small piece of filter paper. Remember to weigh the filter paper on a watch glass prior to the filtration. Step 7. Place crystals in an oven to dry. Once filtration is complete, collect purified benzoic acid crystals on a watch glass and place it in an oven at 80 degrees Celsius for 10 minutes to dry. Step 8. Weigh sample to determine your product yield. Remember to minus the weight of the watch glass and filter paper to work out the weight of your sample. Step 9. Determine the melting point of your sample. To determine the melting point, we heat the substance in the melting point apparatus. Tap a small amount of your crystallized sample into a melting point tube and then insert into the apparatus. Record the initial melting temperature and the temperature at which the sample is fully melted. Step 10. Clean up. Refer to your lab manual or ask your demonstrator if you are unsure about any disposable requirements. Every lab can be different. Congratulations, you are now ready to do a recrystallization experiment. Have fun.